And just for the next announcement, item B is our emergency response plans. So this is a requirement for all school districts in New York State at this point in the school year. We post our emergency response plan for the 25-26 school year on our website. There is a 30-day comment period, so it will actually show a little later in the president's report, superintendent's report, just where that's located, how people can access it. However, we'll be notifying community members that they can comment on this plan, give any possible feedback in that 30-day window. We do make any adjustments and have that posted prior to the start of the school year as a requirement. Each of our buildings also have their own individual emergency response plans. However, those are not required to be posted publicly, just for safety reasons, and keep those as internal documents. So I just wanted to make the public aware that we have that feedback open on our website as of right now.
Thank you, Dr. Romanelli. At this time, we'll have any invitation to the public for anyone who wants to speak on the agenda item. Okay. All right. So can I get a motion for the approval of the minutes for the meetings, the June 17, 2025 planning session?
So moved.
Discussion? All approved? All opposed? Motion passed. All right, personnel, Mr. Cameron.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. Everyone should have a copy of the revised personnel agenda that I dropped off just earlier. I'd like to request a motion for the probationary appointment of Emily Sorella, who will be Art, with an effective date of August 27th through 2025 through August 26th, 2029. Emily will become with your approval, will become the Udall Road Art Department. We are incredibly excited to have Emily here and her family this evening. Emily comes to us with a wealth of experience. She's been working in the New York City schools, MS 210, my old stomping grounds at District 27, with a Master's of Arts from Adelphi University. We're incredibly excited to see what Emily's going to bring to us, along with her amazing personality and artwork. She's got some new ideas for digital art and stuff, so with that, I'd like to request a motion of Emily's appointment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Emily.
Welcome to West High School.
And with that, I'd like to request a consent agenda for all remaining items listed in T1 through other, ending with our district printer.
So moved.
All in favor? All opposed? All right, motion passed.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move into our curriculum update with Mrs. Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. Good evening, everybody. Just some updates. We are going into the summer in a great place in regard to our mastery learning and equitable grading practice work. Our teachers and their respective administrators worked extremely hard throughout the second half of the school year to compose documents that really align every secondary course in both areas. We're extremely proud of this work. The documents will be posted on the district website and shared with parents, students, and staff in the fall. Our ESY and summer investigation programs are up and running. ESY started this week at Manitowoc. It's off to a great start. Summer investigations will start on Monday at Paul J. Ballou, and the focus will be on supporting students with primary foundational literacy and math skills. Tonight, we're going to be doing a reading of our internet-enabled device policy. We are currently working on a corresponding guidance document that's going to explain in detail the various aspects of the policy and how it is going to be supported through the implementation process. The document will be shared with all stakeholders at the beginning of August, and awareness opportunities for parents and students and staff to learn more about it will start taking place at the end of the summer. We continue our curriculum review work and our curriculum writing in many of our subject areas. Specifically this summer, we're working in the areas of world language, English, and science. Once the curriculums are updated, they will be added to the curriculum hub prior to the start of the new school year. We are hearing great things from our initial reports of how our students fared on the June assessments. The data from AP, some IB, and Regents assessments are currently under review. The results will be shared at an upcoming education committee meeting, and the results will be utilized to inform our instruction going forward for the new school year. Thank you, Mr. McCann.
Thank you, Mrs. Morrison. Okay, we'll move on to the committee reports. So the first one is Mrs. Marks with the Special Education Committee.
Hi, good evening. The Special Education Committee met today via teleconference, July 2nd, 2025. The following committee members were present on the call: Dr. Romanelli, Mrs. Morrison, Mrs. Brown, myself, Mrs. Dowling, and Ms. Ednick. The meeting began at 9 a.m. and commenced at approximately 9:10 a.m. The committee discussed IEPs from CSE and CPSE and recommendations from the respective committees. Ms. Dowling reported that the summer ESY program is officially underway, as Mrs. Morrison just spoke about, and has had a successful start. The students came off the buses smiling and transitioned smoothly into their classes. Wishing everyone a wonderful summer and looking forward to a great start of the year in September. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Marks. We'll go on to our Policy Committee, again with Mr. Cameron.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. Tonight, as typical in our annual meeting, we have our annual review policies as the policies listed in the agenda. Policy number 5412, purchasing procedures; 5421, procurement of goods and services; 5610, insurance; 5623, use of school-owned materials and equipment; 5683, district-wide safety committee; 6150, alcohol, drugs, and other substance abuse for school personnel; 7320, alcohol, drugs, and other substance students. I'd like to request a consent motion for all of those annual review policies.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Discussion? All right. Approved.
Item number 2 on the agenda is it's actually a resolution. As many of you know, the New York State Education Department, along with the Governor's Office, has enacted a new law to create distraction-free zones in our schools by limiting electronic use device. I'd like to commend and thank Mrs. Morrison for all the hard work that she's done, not only this summer, last summer, and the entire year before, in coming up with different ways that we can help our students to create a more distraction-free environment in our schools in partnership with all stakeholders. So with that, we're actually very fortunate to already have a standing committee where we're able to go through the revisions of the law, and we will be able tonight with this resolution pass our policy to be in compliance by the August 1st deadline, which I'm very proud to say, according to a lot of my colleagues, they will not meet that deadline. If with the board, I'd like to request a motion to be it to resolve that the Board of Education of the West Islip Union Free School District hereby suspends policy 1410 for the July 2nd, 2025 meeting only, and hereby approves the revisions to policy 7315, students and personal electronic devices, after the first reading, in order to comply with Educational Law 2803, requiring all school districts to create distraction-free schools by restricting internet-enabled devices by August 1st, 2025.
So moved.
All in favor? All opposed? All right, discussion? Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Mr. Cameron and Mrs. Morrison for this. So last year at this time, we enacted a new cell phone device policy, and I think it was fairly successfully rolled out. And we were ahead of the curve because the New York State mandated it as of the next school year. So we just had to modify some policies, and we were way ahead of the curve on that. So I appreciate the administration's work on getting that done.
And the last item on code of conduct, I'd like to hand it over to Mrs. Morrison.
So we conducted a brief review of the code of conduct. As of now, we are up to date in all areas, and there are no additional need for change at this time.
So I'd like to just request a motion for the renewal of the code of conduct.
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron. All right, and our busiest time of year for our business items, we pass that over to Mrs. Klein.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. May I have a motion for the approval of budget transfers 4528 through 4539 in the general fund?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
May I have a motion for the approval of the tax anticipation resolution as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved.
May I have a motion for the approval of the contracts as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
May I have a motion for the approval of the bids as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Pilati. All right, for the president's report, can I get a motion for the approval of the resolutions for the receipt of the accountant's report on the benefits detail testing, and also the recommended that the Board of Education approve the corrective action plans?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion approved. Can I get a motion for the approval of the resolution where the Board of Education approves the recommendation of the Special Ed Committee?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved. Mr. Tess is getting used to the, all right, can I get the motion for the approval of the Board of Education West Isaac here will authorize the superintendent of schools to execute a consultant service agreement with Spark SmartWire for the 2025-26 school year?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved. Can I get a motion for the approval of the resolution of the Board of Education hereby authorize the superintendent of schools to execute consultant service agreements with DGC Systems for the 25-26 school year?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion approved. Can I get a motion for the approval of the WISE memorandum of agreement for the negotiated statement for 25-29?
So moved.
All in discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion approved. And can I get a motion for the approval of the Divine Rhythms Third Amendment to the lease agreement dated July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion approved. Can I get a motion for the approval of the Southwood Children's Center of West Isaac lease agreement July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2035?
So moved.
Discussion?
Yeah, hold on. This was letter H we're on?
G.
Oh, that's fine, never mind, okay.
So, discussion? So this is an extension of the lease for the South Shore Children's Learning Center. In fact, GH and I are going to be, in preparation for the pre-K, moving over in full to the South Shore Children's Learning Center. So that's that. All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved. Can I get approval for the, a motion for the approval of South Shore Children's Center of West Isaac Consultant Service Agreement, July 1st, 2024 to 2025?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? All right. And finally, can I get approval of the South Shore Children's Learning Center of West Isaac Consultant Service Agreement, July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, everyone. And now the superintendent's report. Dr. Romanelli.
I'm actually going to, hopefully everyone can hear me. I'm going to do my report from the laptop back here, just to share a little bit about our new website. We're very excited to announce that our website is launching. You can see on here that we have our West Islip logo for our new branding. We also have some great overhead aerial shots of West Islip, all of our buildings at the beginning, things going on in our classrooms across the district, and just seeing our students, really just come to life when you go right onto the website there, rather than having still pictures as we've had in the past. So very welcoming. There are a number of different features here on the website, which we'll just take you through real quick in 1 second. Again, we have the aerial shots of each of our buildings to start off, different programs in the classrooms, and students from around the district. Each building, we have similar headings to our previous website. Each building has their own site as we had before, and I also just wanted to point out that each building, here's West Islip High School, has their own video as well as you enter the school page. So we have an overhead at each building as you go on, the front signs, some teachers in the classroom working with their classes, and just students from around the building learning and highlighting some of the great programs that we have going on in each of our buildings. This is a work in progress right now, so this is under construction. This is the first time that we've made the website public as of today, just actually a few hours ago. Smart Sites is the company that we're working with, and they're actually figuring out the security certificate right now. So if you do go on the website right now and it says, this may not be safe, it actually is. They're just updating the safety certificate. We just wanted to show everybody publicly here what this looks like. When you do go to our homepage on the website, you'll see a couple of different things. We highlighted the video. There is a slogan contest. I sent out a video to everyone in the district showing that we're having a slogan contest for our website and for our district. Anybody can click here to submit a slogan entry, which will appear right here on the website, and will be one of the first things that people see when they check out the new website. We have announcements as we've had in our previous website. We have latest news and things like that. Our announcements is where you would include things like the emergency response plans that I've talked about before that you can provide feedback for. We also have some quick links here. Many people are looking, these are the most visited links on our previous website, so we wanted to make them easily accessible for families. We also have our mission statement with our new Westside Lion logo on there. And we have some upcoming events from the calendar. As you can see, these are listed as tests right now because the calendar is not fully functional. We can add throughout the year different brags that we like to share on the website of great things going on around the district, which we're planning on updating as well. We have some language from our website, so profile of a graduate, and then the base of the website down below. So we're very excited to launch this. We feel like it's a really dynamic website. As many know, we've talked about this, prior. Syntax has actually gotten out of the website name, so to speak. They were a previous company that we had worked with on the website. And we started working with a partnership with a company called Smart Sites. They are actually taking over a website, and actually for no additional cost there. It's just a different switch to different companies. So we have worked to develop these videos with an outside company as well to get posted up there, and we're really excited for the launch. So not fully functional yet, but we just wanted to give a little sneak peek for the board tonight and for the community about what we're building. This will be ready to go really for mid-August is the goal. So at our August 14th meeting that we have here, we'll be reporting back that it's fully functional, ready to go, that the calendar is fully posted, that families can be on there checking out all the great things going on in the school district. And we hope that everybody really enjoys the new website.
Yeah, it looks great. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Absolutely, very excited.
All right, thank you, Dr. O'Malley. We don't have any other notices or reminders. We don't have any other items for board members. At this time, we'll invite anyone from the public wishing to make a statement. All right. If no one's there, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting to executive session where we'll talk about personnel and legal matters?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the summer months.
Good night, Emily.
Congratulations, Emily.
Especially when I get bored, that's when I start to roll around.
Very, 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 very,
Sometimes when I have busy, I get distracted.
very, very. My wife's life is always very busy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very. Well, now I got my son going around. It's not as funny, but he does. I think it's funnier.
That was me. Yeah, it was me.
My wife's very busy on the camera.
Sorry, I'll just.
Like, I just stay still.
It's definitely me.
It's. It's comical. That's it. Very, 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 very. All right.
No, I'm going to John Baker. You have to wait.